Welcome back to Destined. We hope that you're enjoying all of our lessons so far. This time, we're going to be doing a lesson on Mary. That's because, over the next week, the Church celebrates the Solemnity of the Immaculate Conception on December 8th, and the Feast of Our Lady of Guadalupe on December 8th. We're going to be learning a little bit more about Our Lady of Guadalupe, as well as Our Lady of Lourdes, which is related to the Immaculate Conception. These are two famous Marian apparitions. An apparition is a... Wait, no, wrong apparition. Anyways, a Marian apparition isn't a ghost. It's when a holy person receives a vision of Mary. So these have happened throughout the Church's history, and these are two really famous ones. In 1858, Our Lady appeared to Saint Bernadette Soubirous in Lourdes, France, who was just a young girl at the time. And then again, in 1531, Our Lady appeared to Saint Juan Diego, just outside of Mexico City. So, as we said, these are two really famous Marian apparitions, or visions of Mary, that have really impacted the Church's life throughout history. So, come with me as we explore the stories related to these two famous apparitions. In 1858, Mary appeared to young Bernadette Soubirous in a grotto much like this one outside of Lourdes, France. The place was called Massabielle, and it was the town garbage dump. Bernadette and her sisters were there to gather firewood for their house. But while they were there, young Bernadette saw something that would change the world forever. The Virgin Mary appeared to her and gave her a message. She wanted her to go and tell the priests to build a church over that site, and for people to come there in procession. This has become one of the most famous Marian apparitions in the entire world, and millions of pilgrims every year from all around the world come to visit Lourdes and to bathe in the waters there. In the grotto, Saint Bernadette discovered a spring just where Mary told her it would be. The waters of that spring proved to have miraculous healing properties. Over the years, 7,000 miraculous healings have been reported, with 70 officially being verified by the Church. As I said, today people still go to visit Lourdes. In 2016, I was blessed to go visit it myself and to take part in the daily rosary procession that continues from St. Bernadette's time to our own. Now you'll have a chance to see some videos that I took while I was in Lourdes that I'm going to share with you now. As you can see, there are now plenty of people who believe what Bernadette had to say, but that wasn't always the case. When she first started reporting, seeing these visions of a lady, she didn't yet know that it was Mary, the local priests and many of the town figures were a little bit reluctant to believe her. So, one day, during one of her visions, St. Bernadette asked the lady what her name was, so that she could tell everybody. And the lady responded, "I am the Immaculate Conception." This is what sealed the deal. Young Bernadette Soubirous had no way of knowing what the Immaculate Conception meant. The Immaculate Conception had only been formally declared by the Church 4 years previously in 1854. When Bernadette went to the town pastor and said that the lady's name was the Immaculate Conception, he knew right away that the lady was really Mary, our Mother. Ever since then, millions of people have come to believe in the message that Saint Bernadette gave to us, to pray for the conversion of sinners and to seek the Lord and his mercy.
I'm now standing in front of our parish's statue of Our Lady of Guadalupe. The image that this statue is based on is responsible for more conversions than almost any other thing in the history of Christianity. In the year 1531, Mary appeared to an Aztec Indian man named Juan Diego. He wasn't born Juan Diego, but when he was baptized, he changed his name. She appeared to him on a hill outside of what is now Mexico City. When she appeared to him, she was dressed just like this, in the clothes of an Aztec princess, and she even spoke his native language. She asked Juan to go to the local bishop and ask that the bishop build a chapel there in her honor. When Juan Diego went to the bishop asked him for proof that it was really Mary. Juan Diego went back, and when the lady appeared to him again, she told him to go to a nearby hill and pick some roses. Now, this was a little bit of a strange request, because this was in the middle of December when roses weren't growing in that region of Mexico. But Juan Diego believed what the lady said, and he went to that nearby hill. When he was there, he found beautiful Castilian roses, which, like I said, were out of season and not native to that area. He harvested them and brought them back to the lady. She then had Juan open what was called a tilma. A tilma was like a cape, or almost like a poncho, that was worn around that time. It would have been made out of a rough cactus-like material, so not very comfortable. Anyways, Juan Diego brought the roses to the lady, and she arranged them in the front of his tilma. She then told him to bring them to the bishop as proof that she was really Mary. Juan Diego complied, and when he went to the bishop, he opened his tilma and said, "Here's the proof that Our Lady gave me to show you." At that point, everybody was amazed, not just because of the roses, but because on Juan Diego's tilma was this image that you see right here. At that point, everybody knew that the lady he had been seeing really was Mary. What followed afterwards is one of the coolest stories in the history of Catholicism. Over the next 7 years, 9 million Aztec Indians became Catholic. Like I said, it's one of the greatest conversions in the history of the church. To this day, we honor Our Lady of Guadalupe as the patroness of all of the Americas. Anytime you've been in our church, you've probably seen this statue, but did you know the story of it? This lesson, we're going to go more and more into her story and the story of the other Marian apparition that we've explored in this video, Our Lady of Lourdes. I hope that you're excited for everything that we're going to learn this week as we learn about all the different ways Mary visits her children and helps us to achieve our destiny, union with her son Jesus in heaven. Have a blessed week and enjoy Destined Lesson 6, Mary Visits Her Children.